It's the end of our first season here at Villarreal. Will we end on a high? Let's find out. Well, we've qualified for Europe without even having to play our games today, but welcome on into Livestreams Sports here for another episode of Glory Hunter here with Villarreal. Now at the end of our 5th season of Glory Hunter, nearly a quarter of the way through, and we've won 2 trophies so far. We're not going to win any this year, so 2 trophies in 5 years is not quite enough to be on track, but we'll see how we get on through the rest of Glory Hunter. Today, I say, is our last episode of this season. We've got 2 more games to play, and I was hoping that it would be very dramatic and see if we could qualify for the Conference League. However, it would appear results that have gone on the Saturday have resulted in us already qualifying. Indeed, they have, thanks to a defeat for Valencia there, which means we have qualified for the Conference League by finishing in at least 7th position. There's a chance we could finish as high as 5th, but do we want to? That's the real question. Would we prefer finishing 7th to qualify for the Conference League instead of the Europa League proper? I think the answer is yes. I think I would prefer to be in the Conference League. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to deliberately throw games. I mean, the first one's against SerieA, and they've qualified for the Champions League, so they're pretty good, aren't they? As always, if you missed the last episode, go and check it out before you come and see this one, so that you're up to date with what's happening. But the last 2 games of the season here, we'll see how we finish, and then we'll have a bit of an off-season. This summer's the World Cup, so you'll have some Austria-based episodes between this episode and the start of the new season with Villarreal, and we'll have some transfers to do there. And I've just realised you can all see my taskbar at the bottom of the screen at the moment. Are you all judging the fact that I've got Edge? I don't use Edge, but it's hiding there. There you go. It's all sorted now. Only you really keen-eyed people will have seen that. It's away now. You'll never see it again. I hope. I'm glad there wasn't anything too embarrassing in there. I do have Task Manager always on my taskbar because, yeah, sometimes the computer misbehaves and I want to see exactly what it is that's holding it up. But anyway, let's forget about that. Let's get into the game. It's going to be tomorrow, the game. I just brought this intro a little bit further forward as it came up saying they've qualified for the Conference League. Hopefully we get a win. Or maybe we won't. Who knows? As you can see from the league table, we do have a plus 20 goal difference, which is actually the 3rd best in the whole division. Shows you that if we'd been here at the start, if we'd been in form, really, we probably could have got Champions League, probably quite comfortably up there in 3rd place. I would, I guess, at least fighting for 3rd place with SerieA and Atletico Madrid. All it would have taken was 3 or 4 of these losses to become wins and we'd have been up there. I don't think we would have competed with Real Madrid and Barcelona. Looking at how dominant they are, Madrid could get 100 points this year. But yeah, we could have done something if we have a full year. Who knows what we're going to do next year, and who knows what our transfer goings-ons will be. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get into the 2 games. First, it's up against SerieA. Let's show the team we're going to play for that one. But I mean, first I have to continue on to get to the right day. You know how it all works. It will magically just cut and we'll be at the game. Look, see? Look, I told you. Straight away it's come here. I'm sure you can see we've changed the formation slightly. We have indeed. We've brought the wing-backs back to play in the full-back position, but with the wing-back role. So they will still get forward, but you can see it helped in the last game we played it. Aaron's got a 7.3, Zinchenko on the other side did get a 7. Hopefully trying to improve those average ratings. The average ratings of the wing-backs were absolutely shocking. They have been all year, really. So I'm just trying to find something that makes them be a little bit better and more involved in the play, So dropping them back and then they'll be able to still bomb on. That's the hope anyway. So that's what we're going to do. So Ruli's going to be in goal today. Torres, Foyt and Cuenca at centre-back. Aaron's on the right and Zinchenko on the left. Suarez and Berg in midfield. Pacheco ahead of them. And Chukwueze is going to be partnered by Quinten. I nearly got that word out. Partnered by Quinten today. No Moreno. I mean, Moreno has scored 18 goals, but Quinten has been on some fairly decent goal scoring form here. You can see he's improving. He's got 8 goals in 8 starts. He has got 4 substitute appearances as well. But I'm going to give him the time. Going to let him develop, especially at the end of the season here where nothing really matters for us. I thought give him the game time. Moreno 34 years old, worth 12 million. I'm not saying he might be one of the ones that go, but he does have a year left in his deal. 34. Could maybe get £10 million for him. He is getting paid £95,000. Remember, our wage budget or our wage salary cap, whatever it is in Spain, is only 1.3 million. So he's earning about 1/13 of that just himself. So for somebody who's getting his best years are behind him, could we cash in on him? I'm thinking possibly. So it's something I'm considering while I play with Chukwueze and Quinton up front. Like, could that be our starting pair going forward? The same with Alcacer. If we look at him, he's got a year left in his deal on £84,000, but he's a lot worse, and he's certainly declining compared with Moreno. Certainly, Alcacer's almost certainly one that's going to go, but I'd only get a couple of £1 million for him. Possibly Moreno as well. But let's not worry about that too much. Let's get into today's game. I've already rambled on for a few minutes. Xabi Alonso managing Sociedad. That's not something... I don't know why that's not something I expect. Is he actually the manager in real life, or is it just in this game? Let me know in the comments down below. But you can see our new look side going out there with those wing backs dropped back into the full back position. Let's see how we get on. We've already jumped up, if it stays as a draw, into 6th because Bilbao haven't played yet today. They do play at home to Osasuna, who are in 19th and already relegated. So you'd imagine they're going to win that game. But... again, I'm not saying I want to lose this game, but I wouldn't mind. I say I wouldn't mind losing this game, but look at the way we've started. We've totally dominated this first half, but there's not been a highlight until now. We are playing in yellow today. Berg with it, finds Aarons and Foyt and Chukwueze. And can we come forward? Quinton, Chukwueze, wonderful football here. Can the ball get played into the middle? It goes back to Aarons, who finds Suarez. And Suarez back to Foyt. Remember, playing that wide centre-back, so he'll venture a little bit further forward on that right-hand side. Aarons now, down the line. What's he going to do? He plays it back to Berg. And back to Aarons. He's got space. The ball's in. Pacheco heads it over the bar. And it's still 0-0, and it's going to tick along to half-time here. In the first half, we have dominated, but we haven't managed to get ourselves ahead, which, as I said, is possibly not the end of the world. The ball at the back here for Sociedad. They just launched it to our defence, and now we can come forward again. Aarons and acres of space. The ball back to the middle. Cuenca, Torres, out to Zinchenko, who gets past his man. He drives in at goal. Can he cross the ball over? He does. Chukwueze, that I would say he headed it. It looked a bit more like it bounced off him, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say that he did head the ball. And we're up 1-0 after dominating this game so far. I'm happy to be leading. A little bit disappointed maybe, but happy to be leading. Zinchenko got past his man, reached the byline, and Chukwueze, I was being harsh to him. He did head it in, and we lead 1-0 here. And yes, we'll take off Pacheco for Velasco. Why not? Especially as we are comfortably dominating this game. We'll do exactly as our assistant says. Marlan is on for Berg, and this is a game that hasn't had many highlights. But here is another one, and what's the chances that Sociedad come back and get an equaliser here in a game that we've totally dominated? Oyarzabal there with the ball out to Bensebaini and Bernedi and Diallo. It's forward to Zubimendi and Bernedi and Diallo, and it's keeping the ball about nicely at the back here, Sociedad, but they're not really doing anything with the ball. Maybe they'll come forward now, or can we win the ball back? No, they're forward. I can't say his name. Barenetex, that's a hard name to say. Write in the comments below if you know how to say that name, because I certainly couldn't. But nonetheless, the player with the unpronounceable name has scored a goal, just as I had predicted. But as I say, I'm not hugely disappointed by that. You can see Zinchenko's on an 8 rating, certainly has improved the average ratings of our wider players by playing this formation. I'm saying that as I look at Aaron's on a 6.5. Maybe not the case across the board. We have made a change, brought on Sanchez on the left hand side for Zinchenko as Chukwueze's in behind here. Can we get ourselves a winner? Velasco hits it wide of the goal. It looks like the time's going to tick down and we're going to come away with a draw unless in the last minute we can get a dramatic winner similar to a game not too long ago. Cuenca with it now. He comes forward and he loses the ball. And are we going to end up losing the game? That would be disappointing. Really. But to Cuenca, there's only 30 seconds left in this game. So if anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now. And it looks like it's going to be one of these things where the time just ticks down and there's not actually going to be anything that happens at this last highlight, which is very annoying. Unless Marlanes can do something, he can't. Why show us that a highlight? That showed absolutely nothing at all. But nonetheless, we won one drawed. That's not how you say it. It was a 1-1 draw. We played okay. Some of the players didn't play okay. To be honest, I'll take a draw, especially if Bilbao win, because then it looks like we're going to finish in 7th and we get into that Conference League, which would be a preferred place to be because it gives us a chance to win that next year. And I think this team is better than the Conference League. It's probably a Champions League side, and certainly the upgrades hopefully I'll be able to do in the off-season. It definitely would be a Champions League quality side playing in the Conference League, so that could be one we could tick off our list. Just had a look there as we advance on. The Austria World Cup squad announcement is coming up, so you'll get to see that as well in today's episode, just in case you remember anyone in our Austria side. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I really do either. And then we'll play that last game against Getafe, who are currently in 12th position. We'll play that in a week's time. So we'll see you in just a moment. I'll show you the Austria squad we select for the World Cup in North America this summer. Well, just a quick update before we announce our Austria World Cup squad. Looking at the league table there, everyone's now played 37 games. You can see we are 2 points behind Sevilla, 3 behind Bilbao. Our goal difference is more impressive. So I think the goal difference is what affects you getting the higher up position. I'm not sure if it's head-to-head. To be honest, I can't remember. So long as Bilbao and Sevilla do better than we do, or at least equal to it, we will finish 7th and we will be in the Conference League as we would like. Fingers crossed. I'm not saying that I don't want to win or get higher up the league table because that would give us a little bit more prize money, but I would rather finish 7th. But anyway, let's have a look and I'll show you the Austria squad. Right, so we have picked a preliminary 30-man squad for the World Cup at the moment. We've got 3 keepers in it. We've got defenders, Alaba, Friedel, Gerhofer, Greimel, Leiner, Leinhardt, Marisic, Nemeth, Posch, Vauber. If you know any of these names, apart from the big ones, obviously, well done, because I'll be honest, I'm managing the team and still don't know half of them. Baumgartner's class of midfielder, even though I'm using him up front at the moment, so that's always good. Fitz, Grilic, Leimer, Valentino Lazaro, remember we had him at Roma. Jubicic, Sabitzer, Schlager, Schopf, Seiwald, Wolf and Demir, Gribic, Gregoric, that's a hard name to say, Kalajic, Mustafa and Raguz. A lot of these players will obviously not make the squad. We only get a squad of 23, and we'll let you know who is the final squad, and we'll show you them and remind you of who they are as we get our way to the World Cup. We have some friendlies beforehand, and then our group, obviously, is Costa Rica and Argentina. Top 2 qualify. Hopefully, we'll get through that. And then we'll have some more World Cup content after the group stage. Fingers crossed. Could be a pretty short World Cup for us if we get knocked out in the group stage. You'll just have one episode. The group stage will be the first episode, and then we'll have knockouts after that. And hopefully it goes on for a little bit more, as I say, than just the group stage. I would like to get out. We are ranked above Costa Rica in the world rankings, so hopefully. We'll see you for this last game of the season, just a couple of days' time, away to Getafe. Let's see where we finish. It's going to be 5th, it's going to be 6th, or it's going to be 7th. Put your guesses in the chat right now. Right, so here we are, ready for our game against Getafe. As you can see from the other games that are going on at the moment, because they're all obviously played at the same time in the last day of the season, Sevilla play Valencia, tough game for them, and Bilbao play Real Madrid. We have a real danger that if we win this game, we're not going to finish 7th. Something I may have considered when you see the team I've selected. So yeah, we've had a little change to the formation. We're going a little bit more attacking, and we've had a few rotations, we'll say, in the team. Really is actually not going to be in goal. Jorgensen is. Mikovic and Milenkovic and Cuenca are the back 3. Torres and Foyt are a little bit tired, so they'll both have to miss today's games. Zinchenko's going to play in central midfield alongside Suarez. Manu Sanchez will play in this left-hand side in a little bit more of an advanced position. I'm sure he can cope with that. And Red is going to play on the right-hand side. He's not played for a long time for us, so I think we need to get him, some game time in his legs. So he can play in that right wing. Velasco there is going to be playing behind the strikers. And the strikers are Alcacer, who hasn't played well recently. Bit old, declining, but we need to give him the games in his legs alongside Quinton up front. And actually, red should probably be on attack mentality, and Manu Sanchez probably needs to do something similar as a winger so he can get forward. Important that so it is. Let's see how many we can score here. We're really going to go to score some goals today. I feel as if it's important that you give your side some rotation throughout the season. You know, there's some players in here I've not seen for a long time. Some, like Jorgensen, I've not seen at all. So go and put on a worthy display, I'll say to the team out there, and we'll see how they get on. You can see Getafe in fantastic form, having lost their last 5 games. So it should be an easy victory for us in the end. We're going to go to an attacking mentality, almost certainly, and we'll demand some more for the team as Getafe swing the ball in for the corner, and it is headed over the bar. Early on here, chances for Getafe. We do have a free kick now. Zinchenko will step up to take it. He curls it in, and it's a great save from the goalkeeper. Well, this first half has been fairly boring so far, but there is a corner ball that has been headed away by Getafe there. We do hit it from a long way out. Manu Sanchez, in his more advanced position, goes and gets himself a goal there, but it looks like it might be flagged for offside. We'll need to check with VAR, and indeed it has been disallowed, unfortunately, and we are not ahead at this stage. You can see, looking at the other games that are going on, Sevilla are losing to Valencia, and Real Madrid are beating Athletic Bilbao. So at this moment in time, we do stay in 7th position as it is, as Getafe launch the ball long, and Jorge heads it on, but Milinkovic will go back and gather it, and finds Coenta, and back to Mikovic, who's on a yellow card now. Suarez with it, he comes forward, finds Quinton, and Alcacer, and Velasco, and it's into Alcacer, who's in behind the defence here. Can he finish? It's great defending by Getafe in the end. The defender coming back and getting his foot around that, and we go into half time 0-0. Again, we are actually dominating, to be honest, but just not that important final touch for the goals, it would appear. The ball swung in from the corner, and the keeper has it, and when he launch it long for his teammates, let's see, he does indeed out to this left hand side. George with it, can he get past his man? He tries, but Milinkovic with a good challenge plays it back to Red, and Red will come forward with it now on this right hand side for us. Into Zinchenko, back to Red. Fresh legs has been very, very, very littly used all season. Hardly been used at all. So he's got fresh legs on that wing now. Quinton finds Sanchez. Can he put the ball in the box for us here? He plays it back to Suarez. And back to Sanchez. And the ball's deflected. And the defender misses the header. And Suarez hits it from a long way out. And what a goal from Felipe Suarez. And we lead 1-0. In a game we maybe don't want to be leading 1-0. Can you tell that maybe I don't want to lead 1-0 here? The defender misses his header there, and Suarez plays it back to Velasco, who then gets it back and hits it. Top corner. Fantastic goal. We're now up in 5th as it stands. I don't know if I want to be. 15 minutes to go. We still lead 1-0 as Getafe launched the ball long, but they've brought it down now. And Pozzo on that right-hand side into Elena, and all the way back to the goalkeeper. And can they get themselves an equaliser? They've been on 5 straight defeats. Can they somehow make this one not to be a defeat? George finds Duro. And Duro finds Yankto. And he goes into Duro again. Got to finish 1-1 with the keeper. He does. He tucks it into the bottom corner. He's 16th of the season for Hugo Duro. That puts us back to 1-1. And we're now dropping down to 7th position as it stands. Which again, I'm not saying is what we want, but certainly saying it's not what we don't want, if that makes any sense at all. Because Sevilla, they're now winning their game, so they're up to 5th position, and the game has ended. I was checking the league table when the game finished. We got a 1-1 draw, which means we finished in 7th position. And I'm not saying we played for a draw in that game, but we certainly did not play to win it, and we finished in 7th. We've qualified for the Conference League, and that is exactly what we were aiming to do. So there we go, the end of our first season as Villarreal manager. Not even a full season, technically we're here for just about 3/4 of it. We've managed to drag the side who are down in mid-table all the way up to a European place. If we'd really tried a bit harder, I think we could probably have got 6th there. But we finished in 7th, qualified for the Conference League. We get knocked out in the Spanish Cup, the Copa del Rey. But you know what? That doesn't matter, because we're concentrated on the league position here. We got to the quarterfinals of the Europa League as well. A pretty decent first year. But the next time you will see this Villarreal side will be at the start of next season. We'll probably come back for a transfer special. If nothing much happens, it'll just be for the first game of the season. But between now and then, we'll have at least one episode with Austria, as we've got the World Cup to go to. We'll show you those group stage games, and if we get out that group, we'll then have some knockout games as well. So if you have enjoyed this one, and you're looking forward to the next Villarreal episode, which could be in 2 or 3 episodes time, please do leave a like on the video. It really does help us out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And until the next one, which is going to be the World Cup with Austria, we'll see you then.